Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. And it's getting colder, isn't it? You know, sort of coming up to mid-October now, and you can feel the seasons changing. It's getting very autumnal. It's a funny word, that, and autumnal. Going on, isn't there? What's going on in the news? And I thought I'd just do a quick vid, just to say what's been happening lately. And I do these occasionally, as you know, people that follow my channel and everything. Just go off on a tangent now, but this is something I've been following for quite some time, and also quite some time. I mean, over a long period of years. I'll cut straight to it. How many of you out there have heard of Agenda 2030? It's the United Nations agenda. I'm not going to go into it. I'll go into some of it, but it's up to you to do your due diligence. That's not a funny word, and start looking this up yourselves. Because I'm not going to go all school teacher here and preaching. You know, you do your own homework here. Look into this. If I'm assuming I've got some people on here that don't know what these are, but Agenda 2030, it's United Nations, obviously, agenda from the early 90s that was to put in place for an NWO, a New World Order system. And we're seeing that being played out now before our very eyes, if you take the time and look around. But sometimes you can't help but look around, can you, when you see what's going on. But one of the main aspects of what's going on in a minute is the digital ID system that I take most of you heard about. It's a system that's going to be put in place by the current government, and it should be active by 2029. That's when they want it put into action, and it's all to do with they're basing it, like I said in the previous video, on the immigration that's coming through on this country. So they're saying we need this ID, this digital ID, where if you're not meant to be here or you're not meant to be doing what you're doing, then this digital ID is the answer. What a load of rubbish. What a complete load of rubbish. You know, it hasn't stopped what's been going on in these other countries that has a similar system to this. Yeah, there's some European countries that have it, and it hasn't really stopped what's been going on over there with terrorist attacks and people getting through. It's more of a control system that's being put in place, and it's one of the foundations. The digital ID is one of the foundations to bring in the CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency, where this is all heading. So you'll have your digital ID. There's a lot of D's going on it. Digital ID, and that'll be your foundation, like I say. So that'll be your first level of control. So they'll know. It's just a total lack of privacy. You know, they'll know. All right, you got your driving license, you got your passport. Not everyone's got them. I understand that. So they want to know who. But everyone's got a national insurance number. But this goes beyond that level. It's more of they'll know the ins and outs of what's going on in your life. They'll know where you go, what you spend, what you're looking at, what you're not looking at. Which, yeah, okay, that's on paper. It all sounds good, but like I said, there's a saying. You know, what have you got to hide? Right? How many people out there have a set of curtains at home or a set of blinds? I think most people do, don't they? In their home, caravan, lodge, wherever you live, you have blinds, you have curtains, don't you? Why do you have them? Why do you have them? I think because you're hiding something, is it? It's not because you're hiding anything. It's privacy. You know, you want your own privacy, isn't it? You're not. There might be occasions where you don't really know what. I won't go into it, but you know, other things go. But you know, most of the time, it's your own privacy, isn't it? You shut them curtains, you pull those blinds, and that's it. Well, it's a similar thing. Something to do with, oh, I've got nothing to hide, so you know, what's the problem? Something to do with that. I've heard, you know, many I can't see what the problem is. Well, like I said, if you're not willing to take into account that this is part of what what is a government control system being put into place. And another level going on here is it's the CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency. Now that's where you've got a system similar to global banks, not your standard like high street banks. This is a central bank like in America, the Federal Reserve. It'll be the national bank over here, taking control of all your transactions. There'll be the complete cashless society, and they'll know exactly what you're spending. They'll know exactly what you're in your morning. Okay, they'll know exactly what you're putting your money towards. They'll know what you're paying for. What's in the background there? They'll know what you're. They'll know everything. They'll know everything. They'll know how much meat you're eating, what your transactions that are being spent. Like if you buy 2 bottles of wine a week, that might be deemed in this new system too much. We've had 1 bottle a week, or 2 bits of steak a week, or 4 boxes of cornflakes a year if you like cornflakes. I don't know where it goes on and on, but it's control. So you've got to remember the Agenda 2030 and the blueprints and the PDFs are all on there on the WEF website. They're there to reduce carbon emissions, and they're there to reduce under the guise of global. They're using the climate control again for control. So you'll only be allowed to, like I say, you'll only be allowed to use so many credits a year. Like you'll only be able to travel twice a year, once a year. See what I'm saying? Your restrictions. It's a global control system that's being brought in. Not conspiracy theory. It's gone beyond that now. It's gone beyond that. We were saying this 5 years ago when the COVID era came through. We knew this was coming. We knew it was all part of it. That was a test, really, to see how compliant people were. It worked quite well, didn't it? Really, there was a kickback, and people kicked back, and I do believe that it did help. You know, a lot of the rallies and a lot of the anti-establishment that was going on then. You know, the pushback did help. We'll be in far darker times now. If that wasn't the case, you won't hear about that on the news, obviously, or you won't read about it in your local toilet paper rag. But you know, it's true. I believe it's true. We'd be in far darker periods. So this pushback with digital ID is something that is worth saying no to. I know we've just put a petition in, and there was so many million signed this petition, and they've rejected it, saying, "Oh, well, it's going ahead anyway." So the only thing we can do now is just say, "No, we're not doing it. We're not going to go ahead with this." Not when you know the end game. Not when you know that it's the saying, isn't it? If you know the journey and you know the outcome, you know where this is heading. So we know this journey. We know the journey. We know we know where this is going. So we understand what's going on here. We understand that they're using the illegal immigration as a foothold to get people to go, no, okay, then we'll go for digital ID. But the more people I'm here, the more people I talk to, you know, everyday people that probably aren't in the, I can't stand the word conspiracy, but it's all right if you want to box it and say conspiracy, you want to say, oh, the conspiracy theories may be right on this. Well, yeah, we are right. We've been right on a lot of things so far, a hell of a lot of things. And I'm classing me as I don't want to be classed as a conspiracy, a realist, because it is real, it is happening, frighteningly happening, what's going on. So next weekend, and we're going to it, and there will be a vlog, we are off to London for a mass non-compliance digital ID rally being organised by someone in our community that's quite fairly well known. I won't mention names, but it's been organised by them. And yeah, we're going to it. And we went to a lot of the, like I say, the earlier lockdown ones. We went to a lot of them. and we just want to be part of it. There's a lot happening this weekend. There's one in Birmingham as well. Obviously not as big, but this one in London is supposed to be quite big. A few weeks ago, you did have the one that Unite the Kingdom. That was happened about 3-4 weeks ago now. Millions turned out for that. Different. Obviously, there was a lot of digital ID, anti-digital ID going on there, but the mass thing was the mass immigration. But the thing with, I will say this though, with the raise the colours, like I said before, you know, I do like the actual grassroots of that. You know, where you have people that are, you know, finally got a voice, feel like they've got a voice and saying, you know, the suppression we've had with this country's flag, and people say, oh well, it's got other meanings too. So what? It don't mean how you feel, does it? You're just proud of your country, so you want to put up that flag. And the more flags are taken down by the councils, other flags are going up. So I think that's great. And like I say, my hometown Stephen, he gets huge there at the moment. What's happening? Not so much around here. I haven't seen a lot of it around here. Obviously, it depends where in the country you are. But Hertfordshire and Essex, obviously London way, up north seem to be doing it. But around here, I haven't seen that many. You know, Northamptonshire area, obviously, you know, the areas that we visit, we've seen a lot of the raise the colours going on. It's around, but not in the amount that's more sort of further south. So yeah, I do like the grassroots side of the raise the colours. Yeah, because you know, been given a voice, and we all know it is a psyop. It is, you know, they're using the division, aren't they? You know, with the anti-immigration and everything, they're obviously bringing in the immigrants to cause this, so we all say yes to the ID and everything. We know that. We know it's by design. They could stop the dinghies, stop the boats tomorrow, easy. It's all by design. All by design. All put there to bring in a system of this UN Agenda 2030, which is a worldwide agenda. I will put in a few links in the descriptions if you want to have a look, to say, Brucey guy, Mark's on one again, Marcus Mark, he's going off on one of his tangents again. So it's all there. Have a dig out of it, have a read, and you'll probably, hopefully, digest it and see where this is all going. You know, and I won't tell you that on mainstream media. Say they're all controlled by the 4 organisations, 4 massive organisations, BlackRock, Vanguard, the 2 of them. That's another subject as well. I'm not going to go into that. What I'm talking about is digital IDs and the coming Agenda 2030. So I hope that has shed some light onto what's happening here. But I value my privacy. I'm sure everyone does. Nothing to do with wanting to hide something. Got nothing to hide. Nothing to do with, oh, you must be scamming or doing this. Nothing to do with that. About my privacy, your privacy, and everyone else's privacy. And we're all entitled to that. It's our born right to have that. Don't let them take them away from you. Don't let them take that away from you under some false misconception that they're trying to pull over our eyes here. All right. So yeah. So next weekend it's the London thing. So we'll be heading out early that morning. Like I said, there'll be a vlog of it. So that'll be going up in the next couple of weeks. So that's next Saturday. If you're able to attend that, I would. There it is. I'll put it in the a picture of it up. It's appearing somewhere here. I would go for that. I would attend. All this, they don't make a difference, like I said earlier. I believe they do. They do make a difference. Absolutely make a difference. And even if it ain't your thing, it's not my thing, it's not this, it's not, go. Go. Don't sit on your ass saying, because it is coming. You're sitting there watching your footy team, watching your Netflix, watching whatever subscriptions you've got going on, head in the sand. Yeah, your head in the sand. That tornado's coming down there. It's coming from right round that corner, and it's going to kick you up the arse. All right? It's coming. So you can sit there in denial and think, oh, it ain't going to affect me. Guess what? It is. It's going to affect you. So, it's up to you. Oh, I'm getting authoritarian myself, and hey, it's got me like that. Subjects, you know, especially when you get a lot of people that these people, you know, there'll always be people that go along with everything, thinking the government's got the best in their interest at heart and everything, and they haven't. Far from it. There's 4 examples there. No, 9, isn't it? Yeah, 9 examples. And they're all true. They're not your friend. They're not there to help you. And they're all owned. You know, the UK government, Labour, Conservative, Reform, they're all being handled by the WEF now, World Economic Forum. That's who they answer to. You know, there's no one there sitting counting votes. There's no one there. I don't think there ever has been. It's all a play-off, left versus right, wings of the same bird. All by design. Everything has always been by design. Everything. It's all manufactured. Everything you know since you were born. It's all been designed, all been manufactured. There's been a lot of false flags. I'm not saying genuine things don't happen, but there has been a lot of false flags to bring in what they want to bring in, like wars, invasions. This goes on. And when you know a lot of this, and you see what's being put forward here, and this dreadful puppet government we've got in at the moment, well, but they get replaced tomorrow. There'll be other puppeteers put in place. So, as much as I don't like this crowd, there'll be another crowd to dislike if they was to go tomorrow. So stay strong, guys. Stand our ground. And I don't want to go morbid. I don't want to sound all morbid here and going off on one about, you know, what's to come. I just want to make you aware of what's going on. Okay, right, I'm going to wrap it up there. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll say it's a miserable, cloudy Saturday morning. And we're off to bingo. The bingo. Buzz bingo. I'll do a quick vlog there as well. See how that goes. It's their birthday. So yeah. Look into it. I'll put a few links in there, but it's up to you to do the groundwork yourself. I'm not going to go into it all on here. Got to do the groundwork yourself. This isn't something I've just picked up in following people off of YouTube. I was looking into this before YouTube ever came about. People I worked with in certain industries and all that, we knew of this. We knew this was coming. Early, mid-90s, before the internet was how it is now. So it's nothing to do with fake news, social media. This has been happening for a long time. Don't want you to believe it's how the media are run now, how the alternative news is now, misinformation's run, and most of the misinformation that comes out is from the mainstream. That's where the misinformation is coming from, not from alternative outlets. I say most. Okay, right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Saturday morning. And yeah, get yourself down to that venue if you can. The venue. Get yourself down to that rally in London. Again, I'll put it on the description. Look it up yourself. And, open your eyes. All right, guys. Take care and see you soon. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.